Aztek. That's the jersey you rep.
Team Tech. For any aspiring filmers in the scooter community, do it because you want to do it. Like, don't do it for anything other than you want to do it. Well, I'm fresh from Coalition. Mm-hmm. I was filming the girls team.
But when it comes to something like Coalition, where it's time crunch for 10 days, it's like literally get as many clips and edit.
And he calls me and he's like, yo, bro, you want to ride for Phoenix Pro Scooters? Dude, my first filming trip with them, I tore my knee. One of my biggest pet peeves in scootering is you hear a lot of people complain, but not a lot of people are doing things. Don't wait for somebody to do it for you. You got to do it yourself.
Welcome to the first episode of the Dehubbed podcast. I can't promise you that's the name we're going to stick with. However, that's what we're doing for the time being. This is our first podcast. We're very, very excited to introduce it. And today we have a very special guest for the first episode. Arguably one of the best filmers and editors in scootering. Also sponsored by one of the biggest brands in scootering. Owns one of the coolest brands in scootering. This man is absolutely talented, and we're very, very excited to have him in the building. So if you're watching at home, make a round of applause for Daniel Cardenas.
Thank you, Austin.
Sorry, I had to. That's my intro off the top for you.
That was very sweet of you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your kind words. Mm-hmm. Thank you for having me, for real.
You're very
I'm honored to be the first guest. And I hope that the viewers enjoy whatever we talk about today.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. We weighed out so many people to have as the first guest. Mm-hmm. And we all unanimously decided that you would be the perfect first guest.
That's crazy because I know your guys' list is long of people that you could have had.
Hey, you never know. But the thing is with the podcast, too, it's you want to have somebody with substance, I guess. Somebody that we can actually talk to. And that
I do like to talk.
You do like to yap, bro. That's a fact.
Anybody who's talked to me knows I like to talk.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to have you here. We have a few things we want to talk about. But
yeah, man, let's get into it.
I guess I should say welcome back because obviously you just got back from Paris.
Yeah.
What were you doing out there?
Well, I'm fresh from Coalition. Mm-hmm. I was filming the girls team. That's what I was out there for.
So how did that come to be? Because when you start to see this stuff kind of pop up on IG and teams getting announced, It sounds like some people don't get invited at first and then they kind of get invited later as the teams are trying to figure out. So how did you end up filming for the girls team?
Well, this is I'm speaking out of what I know, just like, the knowledge that I know of. When Coalition begins, they start a giant group chat with the riders. And it's the initial riders that get invited to participate in Coalition. And then from what I know, the riders have to put themselves into groups and then decide who they want to film. So then they reach out to filmers and get them involved.
Got it. Okay.
And to be honest, I didn't want to participate in Coalition, but our dear friend Mia hit me up and she told me that she really wanted me to film the girls team. And I guess more than anything, what really wanted me to participate after she asked me was having the opportunity to create a girls video that stands out.
Yes.
Whether you feel so or not, I believe that we created a video that's like a bookmark in scootering for women scootering specifically.
Yes.
Dare I what is it? Compare it to Scrapbook for what Scrapbook is to the rest of us. I wanted to do something that could reach for that for women scootering. You know what I mean? For the future generations of girls who are so young right now and they're interested in riding and they have their first scooter and they follow Mia, Sophie, Josephine, Roman, that they can see on Instagram, they click on the link, they watch the video, and they'll cherish it forever.
I think that's a really cool way to look at it, especially because I imagine you got asked to film from plenty of other people,
Yeah, dude, I did.
Of the homies,
I honestly did, and I don't say this in a way that I didn't want to be a part of those teams because I love so many of my friends that were in Coalition. But I'm glad they were paired with great filmers as well. You know what I mean? It's not like I said no to them and then they were left in the dust and they got the shit end of the stick because they didn't.
No.
I know Nolan asked me, but he asked me after Mia. And I felt I felt so bad because Nolan is my brother. Like, for real.
Yeah. Say no, you're like,
I was like, he asked me later on after I already committed to Mia's team. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, Nolan, dog. I was like, look, bro. And it's also not to say that I didn't want to do it for Mia, because Mia's my little sister, dude. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, of course I would do it for her. But then Nolan asked me, and he's my twin, bro. So
Yeah.
we're battling, and I was like, bro, I'll try to find you a filmer. And he's like, no, don't worry. Like,
Yeah.
we'll find someone, blah, blah, blah. And he gave me a list of filmers he already asked. They couldn't do it. But then they ended up getting Bradley, which is, Bradley's one of my favorite filmers. So for them to get Bradley, I'm so glad it ended up that way. And then another one is Eden. Like, Eden asked me as well.
I figured he would have asked you.
Eden's also my brother. And so I was like, damn it, Eden. Like, I'm sorry. But then their team got
Who'd they get?
Antoine.
Yes.
And he's he got the best filmer.
Yeah.
So it's not like my brother's got a bad
Deal.
turnout. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I think it all worked out perfectly in the end.
I think it did too. I mean, when we watched the girls' video, we were I think really caught off guard. Just because, not to say that we were expecting less, but I guess it exceeded our expectations, because knowing that you filmed and edited it obviously lets us know that we can count on the video to be good at least.
I mean, prior to that, the only girl video that I did and I believe stands out is Mia's, what is it, river part? I did her river. I filmed and edited her river part. And that was nice, but we did it in such a short amount of time because it was like a time frame that Andrew wanted and, wanted to release the video and announce Mia. So it wasn't like I had full control of it. I didn't film the entire video as well. And this one, it was all in my hands.
Which is cool.
And dude, not only that, the list of riders for the women's team was amazing. Like, with no disrespect, the team in Mexico, I think everyone can agree it wasn't the same caliber as the team in Paris.
Yeah, I would say this team was definitely like excluding, I guess, Delaney. She was the only girl I feel like that was kind of missing from that list of like the best girl riders available right now. You know what I mean? Are out there right now.
Regardless, I still think all the girls that we had on the team were more than more than
capable.
than capable of producing what we did.
Yeah.
Like Josephine, I've never filmed with any of the other girls except for Mia. I've ridden with Sophie. Filmed her like one clip, but filming, when I saw the list, I got so excited to be able to spend this time with them and know that whatever we put out, it's going to be great because all these girls can ride. And Josephine is amazing. Sophie is amazing. And Roman, I don't want to like mispronounce her name, but I'm also not French. So
I would definitely mispronounce
but Roman is also amazing. Like all four of those girls just got down, and everybody can see in the video that girl scootering has a bright future.
It does have a very bright future, especially with videos like that. I agree, because I'm sure there's a little bit of confusion for some of the people watching this, questioning like, why wouldn't you want to film Coalition? Why wouldn't you want to? Because you had mentioned earlier that you weren't really trying to go. So I guess to clear up a little bit for everybody watching, if you go to Coalition, say you watching this video right now get invited. If you want to go, nobody is paying for your flights and your stay. If you have sponsors and they can help, there's a shot there. But for somebody like Daniel, unless his sponsors help him go, he has to pay for himself to get there, pay for his stay, pay for his food for all 10 days, for the chance that the video will win and possibly make some of the money back. So the fact that you did it, you paid for everything on your own and went out. Yeah,
I did get blessed on... Oh, actually, I didn't get blessed. Never mind.
Well, the fact
in the end, I didn't get blessed. Okay, Austin's right. I didn't want to do Coalition because I participated in Coalition previously when it was in California, when it was LA and San Diego. And I didn't know the way things were going to pan out, but I drove my car, paid for all my gas, paid for all my food, contributed to the stay. I think the boys kind of helped me out. If I remember correctly, they did help out, like because I was the filmer.
Yeah.
But afterwards, aside from just the camaraderie that I get afterwards, I got nothing afterwards. Not saying I did it for that, but it's it costs a lot to participate in Coalition. And like you said, unless you're a rider and you're sponsored, then you can participate because your sponsors will cover things. But like I am sponsored, but I'm not sponsored to film videos.
Yeah.
So of course, like Aztek is not going to cover my trip.
Yeah.
To
or at least you
film
can't
in
promise.
Coalition.
You
Yeah,
can't
I mean you
promise they
can't
will.
promise that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put that on Aztek anyways, because
No.
I'm a rider. Not
If you were riding in Coalition, it'd be different, right?
very different. Yeah, because
comparison.
we had Aztek had Victor and Coates,
Mhm.
and
I'm
that was covered by
I'm sure they
Aztek,
contributed, yeah.
but it just doesn't line up to like fund someone just to go film it.
Yeah. Well, I actually have another good question then. We had mentioned it. I can't remember if it was the first when we watched the first couple of videos, but we did bring up the topic of, not necessarily saying that the filmer's job is harder than the rider's job, but when it comes to something like Coalition, where it's time crunch
Mm-hmm.
for 10 days, it's like literally get as many clips and edit. The argument was, the rider can go to the spot with everybody, get the clip, battle the clip, but for the most part, after they get the clip, they can kind of go sit down and chill and I guess reset until
recharge for the next day.
until it's their next shot or their next try or whatever. Where in comparison for you, you're going out and you're filming every single person's attempt.
Yeah.
Then you guys are turning around and going home, and then once you get back, everybody's
gotta
icing their
import.
shit, everybody's laying down, but you have to import
And not
start
even just
editing.
import.
And start editing, right?
Yeah, because unless you want to stay up all night, which I still did, it didn't matter how much prep I did. Every day I would import, put it on the timeline, and then when it was coming to the end days, I would organize it. Like I would just like put it on the timeline, and then from level of difficulty, I would like put the clips, right?
Mhm.
And then I think maybe the second to last day we got together, like the girls and we chose songs together.
Mhm.
We just had like a listening party.
Yeah,
all
that's cool.
together.
That sounds like fun.
And we voted on what songs we wanted to use.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it was the songs that I suggested, and then one of Sophie's songs that she suggested.
Cool.
And and then we had the songs like 3 days or 2 nights prior to the last night, and then even then, all that preparation, and I was still up till. I don't think I slept. I think I slept like 1 hour.
Really?
Yes.
So that's what I mean. There is an argument that while the riders are getting to sleep and recharging for the next day,
Mm-hmm.
you have to push yourself even harder for the sake of the whole team too. It's not like just like you're
Yeah.
covering your ass. If you don't produce this video, the whole team looks bad. You know what I mean? And I can't.
It's true.
I just can't argue that. There is definitely arguably more pressure on a filmer during an event like this,
Yeah.
or just as much pressure as there is on the rider,
Mhm.
because it's just it's a whole other thing. There's so much more work that goes into it, and
It is a lot of work. And honestly, some of the videos that came out, I was amazed at how much production some of these filmers
yeah.
squeezed in.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I didn't do nearly as much as they did when it came to like post.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? What I focused on was just like a vibe. Like I wanted to deliver a vibe,
Yeah.
like a good one. You know what I mean? And make it cohesive. Every clip flowed, and the songs were perfect and matched and whoop de whoop. But like you watch Indy's video,
Yeah.
and you can see that like he did a lot of posts.
No, he did. You
know what I mean?
There was a lot of effort put into
Um,
it. You can tell.
I don't know if this podcast is gonna drop before the other ones drop, but
Mhm.
like I'm just gonna name drop filmers videos
Mhm.
where like you'll notice there's way more production, and you're like, how did they do that in
Yeah.
time to
Just stayed
submit
up
it?
all night, every night.
Cam's video, the Australian filmer, Cam's video has so much production, and I was like, oh my, how did he do this?
Mhm.
And then what's his name? I forgot his name again. Maxime something. The one who he filmed Lucas's team.
Mhm.
He did
not
he-
Boozy, the other Maxime, right?
Yeah, not Maxime Bouzid. He's a filmer.
Mhm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure he did like a lot of the North videos in Europe.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it yesterday. You're right.
Yeah, but he did a lot of production too. And
Yeah.
those are just 2 that I can think of off the top of my head.
Mhm.
Or was that 3? Cam, Indy, and Maxime. Those are 3 that I can think of at the top of my head.
Mhm.
Other than that, you can tell that like, a lot of the videos done very well.
Yeah.
It's just cuts. You know what I mean? It's mostly just cuts and color grading.
Yeah, because
You know?
I mean, you just the
It's
amount
a
of
crunch.
time.
It's a crunch time. You know.
Well, it's not like you're sitting in your house with all the footage and
Right.
you just have a few days to sit there and
Bro,
dial
not
the
only
video in.
that, I was talking to some of the filmers and a lot of our shit was crashing because I mean, dude, yeah,
Ruben
yeah.
knows about that, bro.
A
We had to buy-
lot of my stuff was crashing, and I was
Yes.
like, no, please, no, like it's 5 and I want to get some sleep. Like,
yeah.
still didn't sleep. Had to restart my computer like 2 times.
Well, it sounds crazy.
It's a struggle.
No,
And earlier I was mentioning that I got blessed, but I didn't get blessed because the intention was there
Mhm.
to where I didn't have to pay for my stay. Like
Mhm.
the Airbnb was going to be covered by Ethic and Blunt.
Mhm.
And due to, I'm not going to name drop because I love him, but like whoever was in charge of that
Mhm.
didn't get me like a room or anywhere to sleep. So I got stuck with a couch that was as long as your phone, and I was this water bottle. So
You just did not fit on this
I
couch.
was yeah, no, I was sleeping with my from knees to my feet, like just hanging out, and it was so uncomfortable. So I ended up just paying for my like a hotel,
I was gonna ask you if
like
you
2
did that.
blocks away. Yeah, the girls were like, "Are you sure?" Like it,
Yeah.
you know, like blah blah. I was like, "Guys, I'm too grown for this shit. Like I'm not a kid anymore. Like I need
Yes.
to sleep."
That's so funny. I remember.
And I'm glad I did because
You
man,
need
it felt so good having a bed.
Oh yeah. Well, so I remember when I went to the Chicago Jam for my second time, and with my friend, I'm with Jesus.
Yeah.
And previously, at the year before, I had met a bunch of these cool dudes, and they were like, "Next year, we're all gonna get a house. You know, instead of a hotel, let's all get a house for the Chai Jam and
Yeah.
stuff." And I'm like, "Down." So
Makes more sense.
I told them a year ago to count me in.
They didn't count you in.
No.
Oh.
You fast forward another year. He hits me up like a week prior, and he's like, "Yo, you still coming? I got the Airbnb. We're
Yeah.
good." I'm like, "Let's go." You know,
Yeah.
You got room for Jesus? Absolutely. So we show up, we get there, we land, we fly, we take an Uber to the house.
Right.
Dude, there's probably 50 heads in this house. People sleeping on hardwood floors, no blankets.
That's terrible.
Like literally just scooter riders. Like
the last time I saw that was in Austin, Texas.
yeah, at Austin's house and Paxton's house.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it was literally like that. Like if you were there early and you had the couch or a bed or something, you were set. But if you were anybody else, you couldn't do it. And Jesus was down to stay. He was down to stay. He's like, "Yeah, this is part of it, bro. We're here for the Chai Jam."
That's the
We
thing.
gotta roll
bro.
with it.
I
couldn't do
I
it.
used to be like that.
Couldn't do it.
I was never in that situation, thank God. But like,
yeah.
I mean, for the first coalition, in our stay in San Diego, I slept in the closet, like on the floor,
Mhm.
and I didn't care. I mean, I was younger, and I was just like, "Fuck it, vibes.
Yeah.
We're doing coalition. Let's go."
Nah, dude. At that
I
point,
can't do that anymore.
I was like,
And
I'll just go get a hotel room. It's all right. I got a credit card, bro. I could just
for
get
real,
a hotel
like, we're
room.
I'm
like-
too grown. Like, I
Yeah.
honestly don't care to do that anymore. Like, I don't care to be perceived as hesh or
No.
want to be. Like,
I think as you get older, you're more aware of the situations you put
Yeah.
yourself in. You know, you're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make sure I have all the plans figured out before I even go do it." You know,
yeah, I forget what year, but were you at the Seattle Jam?
I've never been to Seattle.
Okay, there was a Seattle Jam where, I can't remember who, but it was like Chavez and his friend group. They got an Airbnb,
Mhm.
and they threw the after party there too.
No.
But I heard that there was like 30 heads sleeping there, and during the after party, the whole house got fucked up.
Yeah,
Low key, I broke a table too, like sober as hell too. The DJ was just going crazy, dude. I
were
was
just
at-
locked in?
Yeah, for real. I clocked in is what happened.
Sheesh.
And
yeah.
but it was crazy because people were sleeping on the cabinets. They were sleeping like on the counter, on the table counter,
Yeah,
on
on
the
the
countertops.
countertops.
Yeah, they were sleeping like on the floor, on the couch, on
Oh,
the dining
no.
table. Like
Yeah,
it was bad.
dude, I remember that.
And I was hyped. I
there-
was staying at Will Judy's and I got like a whole couch to myself.
Yeah, that's the best part. When you finally when you leave the chaotic house and you end up just somewhere stable again and
Yeah.
quiet, you're like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, man. Gotta protect your peace.
Yeah. Okay. Well, was this your first time in Paris?
Dude, it was. That was also another like
Yeah.
come on, like let's go.
Like it wasn't just going for coalition. It was like, is Paris?
yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you this because I've been to Paris twice now,
hmm
and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, me
but
too.
as an American, I will say that growing up and even talking to other people, a lot of people are like hit or miss about Paris. They either like love it or they hate it. And for me, as somebody who obviously I didn't grow up traveling, so going to Paris when I did, I was already an adult and I fell in love with it. The architecture, the city, the people.
Right.
Like I couldn't think of a single thing I didn't like about Paris.
I have heard the same thing. The way that I see it is you have to love cities before you love
Fair.
Traveling, honestly.
Fair.
I guess. For someone from a city, I think they can appreciate another atmosphere or location better than somebody who like grows up in a suburban neighborhood or even a farm, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're so used to like seclusion and they're so used to honestly peace.
Yeah. But Paris is like a weird mixture where it's like it's peaceful, but it's also very
Paris
populated.
is, but the thing is like I would bring up I'm going to Paris, and some people would be like, "Oh, it's not that dope. Like it's not what you think." Blah,
I
blah,
never
blah.
get that.
Some people even mention that like it smells whoop-de-whoop,
Yeah.
and I get the same remarks whenever I bring up New York or whenever I bring up I can't remember. Chicago's one of them. People just bring up oh, bro, it smells weird or it's too dirty, it's dangerous, whatever. But also as a scooter rider, when we travel, we don't get the same experience as tourists.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I feel like as a scooter rider, when we show up somewhere, we're looking at everything through like a different lens.
100%. I would feel like we're looking at it from a local's lens because we end up in the most weird and uncommon places.
Yeah, we're not sitting at the tourist locations.
Not
we're
at
like
all.
in
like,
the suburbs, in neighborhoods.
We're in the suburbs. We're in neighborhoods. We're in alleyways. We're interacting with real people. Like one of my biggest examples is I love going to New York, and a lot of normal people who don't ride can't share the experiences that I have in New York because when they go to New York, it's let's go see Statue of Liberty. Let's go Times Square. They go to all the tourist fronts. And I mean, we've been to the tourist fronts,
but we also went to New York at a very different time where we got to take advantage of the city somewhat being emptier than it normally would. So I don't know if we would have done all the same things if we went now, but I do agree.
No, 100%. But
I do agree.
But it's still the same thing when it comes to like tourists, the genre of tourists who you know what I mean? They go to the same. They all have the same itinerary, right? Yeah. And in those locations, you have people who are hired to put on a face for the tourists. Yeah. You know what I mean? But as a scooter rider, when we go to New York, we'll go to every borough. We'll be in random neighborhoods, and we interact with real, authentic New Yorkers. Yeah. And that goes for everywhere we travel to. Like when people come and visit me in Phoenix, Arizona, they'll end up in the most random places where a normal person would come, and they'll go to Scottsdale and stay in Scottsdale, visit the mall, maybe go downtown, watch a Phoenix Suns game, whatever, and then go to the Grand Canyon.
Same thing here. These people go to Venice or
you know
Santa
what I mean?
Monica.
But like because we're there to ride spots, you're gonna go to Tempe, you're gonna go to Peoria, you're gonna go to Anthem, all these random locations that you've never heard of your entire life, but there's a spot there. Yeah. And we're gonna go there, and we might interact with some people from that area. And so that's the perspective that we are allowed to see anywhere we go. And so that's the lens we have when we go to Paris. And interacting with real people in Paris, being able to go to other places aside from the tourist attractions. It's I mean, I think it's a blessing. It's great. Yeah. It's definitely a different way to perceive a city than most people get to.
Yeah, and in my case too, I got kind of lucky because the first time I went, it was very. I wasn't there to scooter the first time. I was there as a tourist the first time with my scooter, so I kind of got like a little bit of both. But I went to like the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower and kind of the more touristy
that
spots.
stuff is still sick.
No, super sick.
As I've gotten older, I want to do that stuff.
No, like I have a selfie with the Mona Lisa. Like it's like
that's crazy.
You have to do it. Yeah. But the second time I went, I got to scooter more, and it wanted me to ask you is I thought, okay, the people are nice, but the spots in Paris are crazy.
They're amazing. It broke my heart being at spots knowing I'm not gonna get a clip right now. Like it's so heartbreaking, dude. It's so heartbreaking as a filmer. Yes. Because that's how I felt a lot of the times when I was like filming for Tilt in the past. And we would go to spots and I'd be like, oh my God, I have a clip here. Like, damn it. I don't know when I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, you're taking pictures. You're like, next time I'm back, I'm coming back here, bro.
For real, one of the places that I still really want to go back to get filmed is Montreal. When I went to Montreal with Eden and Isaac,
Yes.
I fell in love with the city, dude. Montreal is so beautiful and it's so amazing, and their spots are so good.
Yeah.
And I want to go back for myself, and I still haven't. But
so the
that's on
spots
my
in
list.
Paris.
And I want to go back to Paris now because I want to get filmed. You know.
Yeah.
But the spots in Paris they're up there with like
Barcelona.
spots in Barcelona. Yeah.
I
think just Europe in general is just like the place to be.
Well, and plus everything is so close. Because remember when we were in Barcelona, I flew to Paris in 45 minutes for like $90. It's so close that you could bounce from like city to city.
Dude, it's a trip, and it's a trip for them when they hear us talking about traveling.
Well, I think because so many people don't understand how bad we have public transportation here. Like in certain cities, it's pretty poppin'. Like a New York or a Chicago, you know, you can.
But not just that. Like a trek from Arizona to here is 5 to 6 hours, and that is my norm. Like that's fine. You know, that's an easy day of traveling.
Yeah.
You tell that to a European, and they lose their shit.
They're like,
bro, we were on a FaceTime call, like a group call with Adrian, the owner of Vinyl Wheels. And he was like, hey, sorry, guys, I'm so tired, dude. I drove across the country and back. And we were like, what?
It took me 45 minutes.
In the Czech Republic. We were like, what? Across the country? We perceive that as like a whole 3-day trip.
If you drove nonstop across the country, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't even know how long it'd take you to drive to New York if you wanted to.
And so Charlie, me, I forget who else was in the call, but I just remember Charlie and I were on the call. We were tripping. We're like, what?
Yeah.
No way.
How
So
long?
like, how long? He was like, yo, 3 hours there and back.
Like, bro, I wouldn't even be in California yet.
Are you kidding, bro? Like we add 2 more hours and we're at Woodward.
Yeah, what? That's insane.
We were tripping. And then I mean vice versa. When we trip out when we hear I'm going to Barcelona. It's a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
And we're like, 2 hours and you're in Barcy? That's crazy.
What I give.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I can't drive anywhere. If I drive 2 hours in any direction from right here,
yeah, man.
Where do I get?
From here?
San Diego. I'll get to San Diego. I'll get like halfway to San Francisco.
Not even.
And then I'll get in the middle of the desert if I go towards Arizona or like Vegas. Like
I think you'll end up home, right?
Maybe. Yeah, 2 hours.
You'll be home?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. It's like 2.5. But still, like
it's nuts. It's honestly nuts. And because of that, dude, I've noticed so many things. Because one thing that I've been talking about with like my parents and my girlfriend is how crazy it is how most Europeans are like bilingual or trilingual.
Yeah.
And I think, I didn't ask, but I think it's because they're so close to each other.
Yeah.
Like they're so close to each other in distance that there's more of like a priority to be able to communicate with each other. So these places like pick up multiple languages and fluently as well. Whereas here it's not so important because we're so large that we only need to communicate English. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
It's very crazy.
Like most of the French riders that we're friends with, I'll bet like $20. Most of them can speak English, French, and Spanish.
Well, I was gonna argue that those were the 3 because I've seen
that's trilingual right there, and I'm sure to them it's like whatever.
But I think it's especially the Europeans too because you have so much culture mixed into like the Dissidents brand as a whole. Like that Dissidents group is so like full of culture and just different culture. Like you have Rudy, who offers so much of a different perspective. You have Surreal offering his perspective. Some of the riders are from the US. Some of the riders
Australia.
Some from Australia. Some are in the Czech Republic. Like you have
the UK.
And if they're gonna shove everybody into the van and stuff, you're bound to pick up things here and there. But I remember when the first time we met Dean didn't speak a single word of English.
Yeah. Like, when I met Jonathan for the first time in the first coalition,
nothing.
Peroni couldn't. I mean, he could, but he couldn't.
But now you can have a full conversation
with him.
Yes,
I know.
It's crazy.
And I asked him, because he only knew so little, and he was telling me, like, I'm still learning, bro, blah. And I was like, oh, well, what made you want to learn? And he goes, oh, I have to, bro. And I'm like, why? And he goes, they tell me, like, for scootering, I have to speak English.
Well, I mean,
And it makes sense.
It does
make
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I started Duolingo.
Nice.
trying to learn French because I feel like it's so important if you want to exist in scootering. Like, I mean, not only that, just being considerate as well.
Would also be really cool. You know,
it would be cool, but it's like they
go out of their way to learn.
They go out of their way to learn
English
English for us, and so like, but man, it's so hard to stay consistent on Duolingo, and it's also not the best app for it.
Yeah.
But
well, dude, honestly, I
got Babbel too. You know Babbel?
Is it another?
It's more like an immersive, realistic scenarios.
Dude, you get Rosetta Stone, bro. Come on.
The Rosetta Stone's too expensive. These are like $5 a month apps right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I know two people from Europe that have both learned how to speak English solely by watching American TV.
Is JD one of them?
Yes.
Where JD also said
JD sounds like he is from Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah,
like JD does not sound like he is from Madagascar. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Did I tell you that when I went to Paris for the first time, he's who I met up with?
No, that's dope.
I had never been, and I remember DMing dissidents and they had saw my story that I was in France, and they were like, "Oh, do you need a tour guide?"
Right.
And I was like, "Shit, hell yeah, I need a tour. I don't know where I am."
Yeah.
JD
and they sent JD.
Dude, JD shows up to my hotel in like
he's the
30
best,
minutes.
dude.
No, I had never met him. I'm so intimidated, bro. He's like 6'5". I'm like, damn, he's scary, and then he's so nice.
I love JD so much.
But he took me to get Madagascar food in Paris.
Oh, that's so fire.
Yeah, I had no idea he was from Madagascar.
That is so fire.
It was super crazy.
I mean, if you but I didn't know until I asked him.
Yes.
But he does hint it in a lot of his signature parts.
Yes. It's great. I know his Telegrip, he hinted it.
But it's easy to look over that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But especially because he's from France. So like I didn't even know Madagascar was a real place. Let's be completely honest.
You thought it was
I thought it was just the movie, you know?
Honestly, me too.
Most people probably are going to watch this and be like, what an idiot. But there's going to be people that
they're going to say, putain, Americans. That's what they're going to say, I swear.
But either way, my point is that when you hear JD talk, it's crazy. If he learned how to speak English by listening to music and watching TV, and that's how he talks, it's crazy because I could never learn French by watching French TV. I would just be lost, bro.
Honestly, you don't think so, but I picked up a small amount of French during this coalition just by existing in Paris.
Because you can kind of pick it up what they're saying based off of expression.
And not only that, I'm not scared to ask either.
Yeah.
Like, they'll say some shit, I'm like, well, what was that? Yeah, what'd you just say? Or like, hey, bro, how do you say this? And then I'll forget it and be like, how do you say it again? How do you say it again? How do you say it? And like, you got to be open.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be embarrassed to ask, and you got to be open to learn it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was just talking to my parents, and they're in Montreal actually at this moment, celebrating their 30th anniversary. And
30?
30 years.
Dang, shout out to Lucy and Mr. C, bro.
For real. Shout out. And they're having a hard time. Well, actually, now they're fine. But when they were getting there, they were getting frustrated with the language barrier. And I was telling them, like, don't get frustrated.
Oh, because French Canadian.
French Canadian. Yeah, my bad.
No,
in Montreal, they speak French.
Yeah, well, for those of you who don't know.
1600s French.
Yes.
And so, anyways.
1600s French, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think I learned that it was like.
It's not like French that
it's like long ago. Yeah,
it's like us talking
it's
like Romeo
traditional
and
ass French type shit for real. I swear, because
no, it's I bet it's true.
When the French like split that up and like let the Canadians keep
they just didn't adapt, dude.
Yeah, for real. Because in France the language kept evolving.
Yeah.
And in Montreal it just stayed the same.
That's crazy.
And in another place, okay, I don't know if this is fact checked, but I heard from a friend, Switch Whip, that it's kind of the same in I think he said Chinatown in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because
that
they speak
when
Chinese,
they migrated the Chinese people that migrated to New York, they held on to the Chinese they were speaking then. And then in China, it's evolved from since then.
That's fascinating.
And so it's a little different.
That is very fascinating.
Isn't that crazy?
That is super. I wonder if like if we dropped like a Lucas DiMaglio or a Peroni there in Montreal.
Well, they can still communicate.
But it's
just
like
some differences.
It's probably like broken French or something where it's like similar.
I'm sure it'll feel like broken French, but that's like the OG French.
We need to ask
with the new French.
We need to ask somebody who's French that's actually been there.
Who has been there? You know what? That one kid that they just put on Parallel. Jules, he moved from France to Montreal for school.
Oh, okay. We'll shoot him a DM. I
And-
gotta ask.
Yeah, bro. I think he told me that too.
That's where you got it from?
I think so. I just he didn't tell me the year, but I think I read that like in a chat.
Yeah.
Chat probably told me.
Wow, interesting.
Chat's my best friend. No. Natalie's my best friend, but Chat's.
I thought I
Chat's
was your
up
best
there.
friend.
You know what? You are, bro.
Crazy.
But the point, okay, bringing it back. The point is you got to be open to learn, and the best way to learn a language is to immerse yourself in it.
Mhm.
And that's what JD did by watching shows, by listening to music, and then obviously practicing it.
Mhm.
That's how he's able to speak as well as he can. I mean, he repeated that so many times that I'm pretty sure he knows like 7 languages.
I think he does. I'm pretty sure he does. Which is insane, dude. That is
very
like,
insane.
I'd wear that on my chest. If I could speak 7 languages, everybody would know. Like,
No, facts.
You
Just
would-
randomly say it.
yeah.
Like
I'd have a
say
t-shirt.
something in a different language.
Yeah,
and be
test
like,
me.
What'd you say? Like, no, I just know how to speak this.
Exactly.
That's how you say it in French, you know? It's whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
That is wild. Okay. So let me just adjust my leg here. See, I have this metal thing right here. You don't have this metal thing right here.
No, I
So,
got a metal thing.
whatever, bro. So Aztek. That's the jersey you rep.
Team Tech.
Team Tech.
Yeah, Team Tech.
So you and I have had this conversation, and if I remember
Uh-huh.
correctly, it was in Austin that I think we had this conversation, which is weird that I had never asked you this until like way later in our friendship. But
Mhm.
we talked about the origins of how you got on Aztek.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring that up because I truly feel like it's a story that is just not out there. You know,
Mhm.
people don't really know. And I mean, when it comes to getting on a brand as big as
It's actually a
Aztek-
great story.
Yeah.
I love the story.
So we talked about this, and I think we talked about it in Austin, but I feel like context of the story is cool because a lot of people don't know. Aztek's a huge brand. So getting
Yeah.
sponsored by a brand that big, I'm sure people would love to know how that happened. How did that come to be? Especially since they
Yeah.
don't sponsor people all the time. It's like ethic. You know what I mean?
They really don't. And honestly, I feel so I love the story of how I got on Aztek because I just feel like it was God's hand like at work.
Yeah. I can
Um,
relate to that. So I get that.
It was just like the way everything happened. It's it wasn't I wasn't confident I was gonna get on another sponsor. Okay, wait. I'm gonna just start.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it is like some divine type of like
Yeah.
working.
Somebody was looking out for you for sure.
Yeah, type shit.
The stars aligned.
Yes.
Yes.
So what happened was I was we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna take it to around
What year was this? Time frame this hoe for us.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it back to I think like 2018.
Okay.
2018-ish, maybe 2017. So I was rocking a proto, right?
I remember.
I was riding a proto deck. And from anyone that comes from my era,
Mhm.
we all wanted to be on proto scooters.
Mhm.
Like proto was the pinnacle of street riding at one point.
Mhm.
And it was in the era where they had the Holy Trinity. They had Zach Martin, Jake Sorensen, and
Mhm.
Parrish.
Yep.
Right? That was like the Holy Trinity. And McKean was the TM. And McKean was like spearheading the way Proto's image and how it was perceived, and he was killing it, right? Everybody wanted to be on Proto. And I was rocking my Proto deck that I got from Cole Ginter, peachy homie of mine.
Cole probably watched this. He watches our videos. So
Dope. Well, shout out to Cole Ginter.
Yeah.
That fool had my back for a long time.
Mhm.
And so I was reaching out to Matt. Yo, Matt, I want to get sponsored. Whoop-de-woo. You know, Matt hits me with, hey, sorry, we're not looking for filmers right now. Maybe check in a little later.
I didn't want to be a filmer.
Oh, my bad. We're not looking for riders right now. We're not looking for riders right now. Hit me back a little later. Very respectful, very nice. I'm a very persistent and dedicated person. I understand that if it's not then, maybe later.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to send Matt my footage whenever I have footage. And that's what I did. I would film with Cole. Cole was my filmer back then. And every time I would film a video, I would put my clips together and email them to Matt. I think I emailed, I might be wrong, but I think I emailed him like 3 times with a whole video of my footage. Like 3 times I sent him footage, right? And then one time, and Matt was sending me packages. Like you know? And so I thought things were looking good.
Yeah.
And he was sending me decks. He was sending me wheels and head tubes whenever I needed a new head tube or a deck plate, you name it. Like I was getting hooked up. I was sending my footage. I was staying persistent. And I thought it was headed in like the right direction. Right. And, dude, I did this for maybe like 2 years or something. Like I was really persistent on trying to get on Proto. And then out of the blue, I was on my way to New York to film for Derek Mars and Tommy Christiana's Northern Limited trip video. You know, we had Badger filming, Ryan Rueg filming Tommy's video, and then we had Dan Ray filming Derek Mars' video. And this is before they were even them. Like, that's so crazy to say that. Like, I pieced that together to produce a video. But I was at the airport, and I get a FaceTime call. Oh, also, I have to throw in that at this time, I was low-key getting not unmotivated, but I was feeling down because I was trying so hard, and I wasn't really getting much from Matt. Because like in this time, he was still saying like, "Oh, sick footage. We're still not adding riders. We're still not adding riders." But then you see a rider get added, and it's it's
heartbreaking,
and you want to give them like, okay, I just me being me, I don't take it personal. I just know it's business, and I know that people have a goal. They have intentions with what they do, and it's whatever. I'm just gonna keep trying, you know. But I was getting pretty down. I was like, damn, bro, like this sucks. Wow, fuck, whatever. Like, I'll just keep at it, I guess. And I was at the airport, and I get a phone call from Jake Hershey. Shout out Jake Hershey. He's done a lot for me as well in the past, and he's always been good to me. And it's nothing but love for Jake.
Same.
Jake Hershey FaceTimes me. I'm at the airport, and I answer the phone. I was eating something, so I didn't really talk much. But he's like, "Yo, you got time?" I was like, blah, blah, blah. And I remember it so vividly because this was an important moment for me. This was an important decision for me. And he calls me, and he's like, "Yo, bro, you want to ride for Phoenix Pro Scooters?"
No way. This is 2018 or 2017?
I think so. It might have been 2019 now.
Well, so I got hired in 2016, and that was right. Like at that point, 2017 was when like the Tyler Bradley deck, the Cooper deck, the Kai deck, the Nick deck, those all came out in like 2017.
So then it was 2017.
So I guess Phoenix, was still there.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe 2018.
Okay, so keep going. So he says, "You want to ride for Phoenix?"
Yeah, if I want to ride for Phoenix Pro Scooters.
No, that's crazy.
And I was like, "What?
What?"
And he's like, "Yeah, we're trying to do a revamp, because at the time Phoenix Pro Scooters was pretty dead."
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Phoenix Pro Scooters was another pinnacle brand to get on. Before Proto was the pinnacle. You know what I mean? Like for street riding.
In its own way, Phoenix was
in its own way. Phoenix was another A-list brand that you wanted to ride for. But at this point in time, they weren't. And so he asked me if I wanted to be on Phoenix, and I was like, "Oh, Phoenix, damn." Yeah. Like, I love Phoenix. I love their past, but present, I'm like, shit. Like, I'm still trying to get on Proto. I put in so much work into that. Shit. And so, like...
So what happened?
So I was like, "Oh, give me 1 sec, Jake." And for those of you who don't know, I'm a pretty like religious person. Not the type that'll shove it down your throat, but just the type that I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah, in your personal life.
Yeah. And so I grew up Catholic, and so I needed to like pray about it.
I needed to talk to God about this decision. Bro.
So I just like kind of turned to the side. And I was like, "God, like if this is part of the plan, like let's do it." You know, the best thing to do for your future when you're uncertain is to always pray for God's will to be done. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I was just like, I pray for your will to be done. Like, if this is what it is, let's do it. And then I got like this courage, and I was just like, "Yeah, dude, I'm down. Fuck it." Because it's hard to commit to a brand that's in a bad standing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Especially if you're aware of the perspective of the brand right
exactly.
now. You know
like I wasn't a child looking for an opportunity.
You're a full-grown adult watching the ship sink.
Yes.
And then they were asking if you wanted to hop on with it.
Yes. And well, the way that I like kind of twisted it in my mind, the way I decided to perceive it was, okay, he said revamp. I would love to be part of like an underdog team that like really brings it up and then becomes something, you know? Like the way Matt did with the whole intermission team. You know?
Yes.
And so, and then another thing that I think a lot of people should hear is to be in places where you're wanted. You know what I mean? Like it was clear to me that Matt didn't want me on Proto, and with no disrespect and nothing, no hard feelings.
Or at least it just didn't work out then.
It just didn't work out. But here's Jake offering me something, and I'm obviously wanted somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you have to appreciate that and see it for what it is. So I said yes. I think like 6 months, 7 months later, Phoenix tanks. It's gone. Phoenix is dead.
Turnstile is gone. Phoenix is gone. Everything's gone.
And I'm like, shit. I don't take it back. Like mentally, I'm just like, well, let's pick it back up and let's keep going. You know, like let's do something. So I decide to just keep riding. I mean, that's all you have to do, especially if you love it.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, that's all you can do. So Phoenix tanks, and I post on Instagram. I no longer ride for Phoenix. I didn't make it an elaborate post, all dramatic and whatnot. I'm not that type of person. I just like posted some clips and said, I no longer ride for Phoenix. And then 2 days later, Dom Marconi's in my DMs and asked me if I want to ride for Aztek.
Whoa.
Now, at the time, Aztek isn't the pinnacle, but it's an up-and-coming brand and everybody can see it.
I think that's a very good point to elaborate on right now, because Aztek in 2017 was not what Aztek is today.
Right.
I mean,
correct.
I remember in 2017, it was like if you had a fountain deck, you were like one of the few people that got one because everybody wanted one. But beyond that, like this is before the Siren. This is before, before the first 6-wide, before anything. Like it's just crazy to remember how in such a short amount of time, Aztek really climbed the ranks.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's crazy. And so Dom asked me, and obviously I had nothing else going for me. But no, I'm not saying that as like a shit. Well, I guess.
No, you're saying
I was actually honored. Like Aztek, like I said, was an up and coming brand, but like the whole scene knew it. Like everyone saw where Aztek was and where it was going. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, yes, of course. I was so hyped. Come to find out, from what I knew, Jake Hershey put my name in because he just got picked up to be the TM.
Oh, you're totally right. I totally forgot about that.
He got picked up to be the TM for Aztek Scooters. Wow. And Jake Hershey put in my name to get on.
Shout out to Jake Hershey, man.
Isn't that
really
crazy?
Coming through.
But when I was on Phoenix, I was putting on. If you're a longtime follower of Burrito Guido, you know that like I posted a lot of scooter clips. Like I've just always been on top of it. Less nowadays because I'm an adult and I'm focused more on things. But I still take riding very serious, and you'll see me still active. But obviously, when I'm younger and I got nothing else,
going on.
I got nothing else going on but wanting to scooter. I was posting a lot, and I was very active. And Jake liked that about me, I'm assuming, and so he put my name in. And then, honestly, come to find out, recently, Eric told me that like the whole chat wanted me on, like the whole team was like, "Yeah, Daniel."
So Eric was on Aztek before you were on Aztek?
Yes, Eric got on Aztek on our first Northern Limited trip in 2016 or 17.
So for that moment when you got on, now you know your teammates with Eric. It's probably
like, and Joey Moore.
Yeah,
because Joey Moore was on the first Aztek wave, and it was crazy. Yeah, like it was just nuts. And ever since then, I've been on Aztek,
and only more of your friends have gotten added to the team.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they don't add people like all the time. I think after me, no one got added. Like that's.
Well, I guess Vic now, right?
No, Coates got added after me. Coates got on,
Coates and
then Vic. Yeah, but that's
how
many years and 2 more riders.
Yeah,
I mean, Dom tried to get other riders on, but it just didn't work out. Like Dom, the way he put me on, I haven't seen him put anyone else on like that. Like Dom's, it's like a slow. Like, let's get to know him. Is he committed?
Same thing with Ethic. They're gonna test drive you before they put you on the team.
Yes.
Like
prior to that, I don't think Dom took that route with me. And I think it's because Jake already did that legwork with me.
Yeah.
So he
it's different if Dom was just seeing you on Instagram himself versus somebody who Dom trusts saying, no, I already had like experience with him. He was already on Phoenix. He was great. I think he would be a good
and I was on Phoenix with some, actually, I don't even remember the whole team, but I know Carson Miller was on the team with me.
Shout out Carson Miller.
And he could have put on Carson Miller. I always thought Carson had like a greater bag.
Carson is insane at scootering.
He's very insane.
He's insane.
Dude, he made it to like the finals in Rome.
Yeah,
this last Worlds last year.
Well, especially when the last few years, the skate park you get to ride every day is
Woodward.
Woodward West.
Yeah,
you probably get pretty good.
Carson's amazing. He's a great rider. I mean, but obviously our styles are so different.
Yes, very.
And so I guess, that's the story of how I got on Aztek.
That's crazy.
And I've just been on ever since. But dude, my first filming trip with them, I tore my knee.
Really?
Yeah. Like it was the first trip I got to go ride and film, and then I tore my knee, and then I couldn't participate in anything Aztek for like the next year and a half, maybe 2 years.
But Dom had no problem with that?
He had no problem. Dom's always been like understanding of any situation. Not just with me, but with all of our riders.
Okay, so then let's talk about this. So that knee injury that you got on that trip, is that the knee injury that you were telling me? And correct me if I'm wrong here. This might just be foggy memory. But if I remember correctly, you were saying how when you did mess up your knee, you guys had the conversation on the route you wanted to take for healing, right? Were you going to go down the route of going and getting a surgery done, or were you going to go down the route of trying to heal it like naturally, right? And you guys went down the route of kind of taking it naturally. Can you
it was naturally.
Can you briefly kind of talk about that?
Well, because it was, thank God, it was just a partial tear. Like it wasn't a complete tear. And so my PCL was still hanging on. And the doctor said that I could get surgery or I could just wait for it. And the executive decision was decided by my mom. We took the natural route.
Yeah. And what was the natural route?
The natural route was to rest, like just rest and let it heal on its own, let it reconnect and all that stuff. And my mom put me on like this healthy, all natural diet, drink like celery juice every morning. I ate nothing but fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I laid on the couch for 7 months.
That's crazy.
I laid on the couch for 7 months, blasted through so many movies and shows, and finished all of Avatar in like a week. And then Legend of Korra, which I hate. And
yeah, definitely.
I hate Legend of Korra.
Such a disappointment. Such a disappointment.
Like, I mean, that was the process. And
so what was PT like once you started to actually be able?
I love PT. PT is so great.
Okay, so once you started healing and you were on the couch for 7 months, when did you finally start to like put weight on it again?
So I couldn't right away.
Yeah, of course.
It was like my last checkup not my last checkup, but it was just like the checkup to decide like, can I walk now? Can I whatever? And the doctor, I still had to use crutches, but the doctor said to like start using my leg and walking, and I have to start PT now. And that was basically just gaining all the muscle back in my leg because my leg turned into a stick compared to my other one. And so, and I'm pretty sure I kept Dom updated with everything, like just to keep him like in the loop.
Yeah.
And he would check up on me too. Yeah, it was just PT's great, dude. I love PT. That's the only time I ever did it.
Yeah.
But it's just sick watching that one part of your body get back to health, you know?
Bring it back. Yeah, you're bringing it back to life.
And then I remember the first time I rode after that, and I had to wear not a brace, but like a knee splint type of thing. And I just wore that riding for like the next few months until I was coordinated and strong enough to start trying things again.
So then what is your advice? I mean, because both people sitting in this room with me right now
Ruben's knee tear.
Oh yeah, so what's
was a whole different story than mine.
What are your thoughts on that, Ruben? The way I mean, obviously your guys' knee injuries were completely different, but the fact that he did kind of heal naturally instead of going down the route that, I feel like a lot of people, like if I was in your position, I probably would have just ended up getting surgery and just taking a bunch of pills and letting it heal.
And it's the time frame is different for so many other people. Because like I know Brock just tore his knee right after he won that award. Yeah. And he's just now getting back into riding. And what's that, like a year and a half later, maybe 2 years?
Okay, but not to stay on Brock for long, but the craziest part about that is that nobody knew. You know,
Oh,
like the
dude.
way he manages his
I
social
know.
media and the way he manages his image to the public, you would never know that this dude was secretly healing behind the scenes.
Bro,
You would never
I
know.
wish I was smart enough to handle it like
Yeah.
Brock, because what I did was I just disappeared. Because
Yeah.
I don't know why I perceive it this way, but I feel like, and this isn't any disrespect or hate towards anybody who does it this way. This is just me personally.
Mhm.
I don't like to be public with my injuries or even personal issues I have going on in my life, because whatever interactions or responses I get through social media specifically,
Yeah.
I don't see it as real. And I don't
Yeah.
believe that it's authentic.
Can I be perfectly honest with you?
Yeah.
I hate with a capital H, bro, when people do that thing where they're injured. So every Instagram post is like a guilt trip. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, these clips couldn't be better. I'm injured, or sorry, sorry, I can do this. Or like, I'll like, it's like, if you're injured, I get it. It sucks that you got injured, and I pray for like a healthy recovery. But like, you don't need to shove your injury down people's throats. It's or like, if people stop scootering for whatever reason, you know, maybe they can't scooter as much because of just what's going on in life or something like that. But when every post is like, sorry, I've been gone, trying to get back out there, like more clips, it's like, dude, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I don't know what it is. It just irritates me.
To be honest, a lot, like, everyone else doesn't care either.
Yeah.
But I also, in these more recent years, because obviously when you're younger, you're less, your perspective isn't as broad.
Yeah.
I've tried to be, I'm learning to, I think I've learned to be already. Like, I've learned to be more empathetic towards people like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on the other side of the screen.
Of course.
I don't know their atmosphere. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, a lot of times those posts or those captions might be like, you know, kind of cries for help, where they're looking, looking for somebody to be compassionate back.
Exactly. That's what I was getting
for
at.
them.
So whenever I see that,
you see,
and I feel like it's serious, I'll reach out, send some love. Like, I'm not gonna save you, because obviously, we're not on that level.
Yeah.
But I'm letting you know, like, yo, bro, if you do need a place, you can reach out, because it's important. But for me, I don't do that. As in, like, I don't cry for help or like cry for some attention on Instagram.
Understand?
I hate to put it that way, but like, that's just the way I perceive it when I do it. So when I tore my knee, I left Instagram.
Just disappeared.
Yeah, I just disappeared, because it's funny, because at the same time I was going through a breakup.
Perfect.
And I saw her with some other dude on Instagram.
You just threw your phone at the wall.
I was just like, yeah, I'm off this shit. Like, everything's shit right now.
Especially because, like, you can't walk, you can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
You're drinking celery juice every day. Your
Everything's
leg is
shit.
skinny. You're like, I'm pissed, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Ruben, what was your I just wanted to get your thoughts on this really quick. What did you think about, did you know that story about his knee?
Yeah, I think you told me, Daniel, about your knee. But
Dude, well, at the same time, you and I had our injuries at the same time.
yeah, I think so.
I remember we would reach out to each
You
other.
guys were laying down at the same time, bro. Just stuck on the couch at the same time.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think so.
We were, and I would text Ruben. He would text me. Just literally just sharing love.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard. I mean, not everybody in scootering goes through a knee injury. I feel like a lot of people roll their ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe mess up their elbows or wrist or something. But the knee is probably one of the scariest and hardest places to bounce back from, because you do lose a lot of muscle mass in your leg. And we all need our knees just to walk, you know. It's just for basic necessities to stand. Even if you transition to being a filmer, like, it becomes even more important because of how much you're on your legs as a filmer. Yeah. But I took the natural route too for my right knee, which has my torn MCL in it. And it's still healing to this day. It's still not fully healed. So that's still work in progress.
But the motherfucking scooter still is in the, it's crazy, dude.
I mean, we love it so much.
Yeah.
We love it so much.
If that motherfucker right there still can get out and ride a scooter after what he's gone through with his knees.
Dog, before our knees went out, it was such a golden era in my heart, because I know Ruben was here. In my heart, that, like, prior to our knees exploding, it was such like a blissful time in my life, because it was the first time in my life where I had other riders that I could relate to outside of scootering.
Yeah.
Growing up in Phoenix, Arizona, there's not a lot of like POC riders.
Mm-hmm.
The only
Is that what
guy,
you said?
people of color.
Oh, okay. Just clarifying.
The only friend that I had was Joe Norris. Shout out to Joe Norris. I love him to death. He was a Navajo,
Nice.
and so him and I would always roll together.
That's cool.
But eventually our friendship kind of split. Like
Mhm.
once we got older and
Yeah.
different interests
Just went
and
different
whatever.
directions.
Yeah. And I didn't have any. I can't. I don't want to say I didn't have anybody, but I couldn't. It's so weird having two different like lives, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and you want them to join. And the one time
Yeah.
I felt they were joined was when I came to LA and I met Ruben and Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us being Hispanic
Mm-hmm.
and scootering
Mhm.
and being able to just like communicate, relate culturally,
Yeah.
speak about things that aren't scootering. It was like my heart was so full, like the
Yeah.
Grinch when his heart was growing. That's how I felt. And
Yeah,
I'm,
Ruben's in tears right now, bro.
I'm sure I don't know if I've communicated that to. I've told him the story about the day we met, which is such a
Yes.
funny story for now, not then,
Uh-huh.
because it was like a heartbreak that I was going through.
You met them
Yeah.
while you were going through heartbreak?
Yes.
Wait, when did
I met?
I met you at the Sovereign of Street qualifier. Was that before or after your knee? At Westchester when we had the qualifier. That was the first time we met.
That was before my knee.
That was before your knee?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I did so good at that competition
I
too.
know, I
but I
remember.
didn't know that I had to land my best trick, so I didn't land my best trick and killed me.
You were the first person I ever saw in person with a shattered Apple Watch.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, you're the only person I've ever seen just walking around with an Apple Watch that looked like a 50 Cent album cover, bro. It was literally shattered.
I rocked that watch for so long, shattered. I
Couldn't even see it. Couldn't even see it.
Bro, it's so funny.
But you know what's
I just
wild?
love watches. I
But-
always wear watches.
Dude, I'm not even joking. That memory in that Apple Watch,
Yeah.
it's like burnt into my like.
Bro, that's so funny.
And because you like half cabbed,
Dude,
Did
I
you have cab up
fakey
the set?
hopped. I fakey hopped up,
Up
the
the
set.
set?
Yeah.
dude. Do you remember that, Ruben? We were just playing. We were just at Westchester scootering like a couple weeks ago, and we were playing Scoot, and I like hopped up the 5, and they were like, "Oh fuck," and I was like, "Dude, this bitch Daniel like half cabbed up at her something."
I half cabbed it in my line, and then for my best trick, I attempted to fakey hop.
Uh-huh.
Didn't land it during the comp, but then after the comp, I
did it.
I did it afterwards for
Isn't that
Instagram.
crazy, dude. Fakey hopping up that set, Ruben.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yo, what?
Bro, so long story short,
Okay. Yes.
I junior year of high school, going into my senior year, I'm looking at colleges to attend
Mhm.
for post high school.
Yeah.
I ended up not going to college. But
Fire.
anyways,
Rock
I
on.
was doing some like pre-credit classes, whatever, at this art school in Pasadena called the Art Center.
Mhm.
And this girl that I liked came and visited me, and we shared time together here.
Mhm.
And it was a good time.
Yeah.
And it was coming to an end, and she told me basically like our friendship won't go any further, and so just drop it, leave it at that,
Wow.
which is fine.
Yeah.
God's plan.
At least she's being honest, I
And-
guess.
yeah. But of course, at that moment, a little high school teenager,
Yeah.
especially me,
It's the end of the world, bro.
It's the end of the world. and so I drop her off at the airport to go home.
Full tears, bro. Full tears.
Well, not until after she gets out the
what
car.
are you listening to, bro?
I don't even know, dude. I blacked out.
We've all been there.
But I was leaving LAX,
Okay.
full tears, and I was just like, I don't advise that everyone do this, but I was just like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna cry. I was like, nah, not over some chick. Fuck that. Nah. I'm gonna go to the skate park.
I'm gonna get some clips.
So I just look up skate parks, and
Yeah.
it takes me to the dirty.
The dirty?
It takes me to the dirty,
Eucalyptus.
and
that's
I
what it
pull up to the dirty. I think like at 10
is.
a.m.
Wait, but you don't know Drew Rubin at
I
this
don't know.
point?
No, I don't. And this is before they were even like
On the vault, like or
they were
Big
on
Ring?
the vault, but
Yeah.
flow.
Got it.
So
okay.
they weren't even like faces.
It wasn't like Flavor and AO Prime Peak.
Correct.
Ruben and Andrew.
And so I pulled up, and there was nobody there. It's like 10 a.m., maybe even 9 a.m. It's so fucking hot. Like it's July, I think, or maybe June.
Great, just 100 degrees outside.
And it's
too.
just two other scooter riders. And I was like, oh shit, I hope they're not better than me. Because
Yeah, it's always one of those.
It's
things
always,
like,
yeah.
You want to be the better one, I guess.
And so
Were they better than you at that
I
point?
pulled in. I don't know. I think we were all like
Just good,
good.
yeah.
We were all like, yeah.
You guys just clicked.
And I pulled up and I was so hyped that they were Mexicans. I
Yes.
was like, oh shit, no way.
Yeah.
And I go up to them and it's Drew and he's being filmed by Ruben.
Uh-huh.
And before I even talk to them, Ruben is filming Drew and I hear him go, I'm not going to stop recording until you land it.
Like, you're like,
it's just an ongoing clip that Ruben won't pause, like won't stop recording until Drew lands it. And Drew's like, bro, hey, oh my gosh, okay. Like, and it was just so funny watching them. Drew was in his, I can't remember his fit, but I remember Ruben's fit.
what was the fit?
He was like in a flannel wearing a bandana and he had his hair in like a little bun.
Ruben?
Wait.
Wait. Ruben, do you remember this day?
I don't remember it clearly, but I do remember every time I spoke to Daniel about it, he remembers me having my headphones in and blasting Bones or the.
Well, I didn't even ask him
sesh.
until I knew what it was because
Yeah.
this was a hot era for Hollow Squad.
Yeah.
And so I get closer and I just hear Ruben's headphones and all I hear is and I just knew what the fuck he was listening to.
That's so good.
And then I introduced myself to them and then Drew gets picked up by his ex.
Oh, Amy?
Yeah,
Good
he gets
times,
picked
good
up by
times.
Amy.
Yeah.
I think they weren't even together yet. They were like
Yeah.
talking.
Just friends still.
And they leave, and then it's Ruben and I just had it was such a flip in my day.
Yeah, you just didn't want the day to end.
I
Yeah.
really, really didn't. It was
Yeah.
such a flip in my day, and we started talking about like, yo, are you gonna go to the Chicago Street Jam?
Mhm.
I don't know. This was 2015.
Wow.
And they were like, I don't know. And I was like, bro, tell the Vault to send you. You guys are flow. Like,
And this is when we
you
sent him, right?
got it.
Is it the year that we
Nah,
sent
you guys sent them the year after.
him?
Because I went.
Yes.
I took a road trip with my Peachy boys,
Mhm.
and I didn't see them.
You guys
there.
drove to Chicago?
Yeah, Cole's crazy.
How long did that take you guys?
We went straight to Colorado first, Denver,
Mhm.
and we stayed with Ian Herringer.
Nice. Okay.
We stayed at his crib, which is another story in its own.
We ain't got time for
I know, and then we went straight to Chicago, and I met
that's cool.
so many of my idols there, and
Yeah.
man, it's so crazy. It's that whole man. Life was good. Still is great. It still is
Yeah.
good. It's just a different era, you know.
Yes, 100%. That's crazy that that's how you guys met. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
dude,
guess I didn't really know how
That's
you
how
guys
I met, and it was such an impactful core memory like day for me.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I visited LA a lot just to hang out with
them.
Ruben and Drew.
Yeah.
And we would it was just such a great time every time I was here with them.
It's nice to know that you hate yourself right now being here. So it used to be
Huh?
fun, but right now I hate it.
No, it's still good. It was just an era. It was
Yeah,
just an
no, I get
era, you know? Like at one point I was at Drew's for like a month or something. Like
Mhm. I think I remember that.
dude, even like after I filmed that Coalition with
just
like
stayed.
Jonathan and them, I like told the girlfriend I had at the time, like, hey, like I'm gonna just stay in LA for like an extra 2 weeks. She was like, why? I
Because my
was
friends are here.
like, cause I just want to like hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
She was so mad at me, but I really didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed at Drew's for another like 2 weeks. We went out, filmed, kicked it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think at that time I was supposed to move here, but I never did.
That yeah, you keep saying that, bro. It's always
I know.
we're
even
looking,
right now, like a lot of things in my life kind of just like point to LA.
yeah. But
Like
it sucks.
a lot of
family.
a lot of my work is here. A lot of my friends are here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about work, I think this is a perfect time to change the topic a little bit because
Mhm.
there's so many things that I do want to talk about, and I feel like we could just sit here and talk about anything all freaking
We
day.
do regardless.
Yeah, this is what the conversations look like with the song when the cameras
Yeah.
aren't here. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
So you mentioned work. Something that I did want to talk about is we currently are living in this world where nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to hustle. Nobody wants to actually dedicate their time to make something. And not only are you a sponsored scooter rider, you are also, I know we mentioned in the beginning, but you're also a filmer. You're
Mhm.
also an editor. You also own a clothing brand
Mm-hmm.
and do everything that is entails, or everything that's included in owning a clothing brand, whether it's designing stuff, figuring out where to print it, paying for all the garments to get
Yeah.
made, shipping everything, placing orders, making a website to sell it all on, promotion. Like you do all of that in one tab. as
Yeah.
well as be a sponsored scooter rider and a filmer and an editor.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus Northern Studios. So you're
Yeah,
doing,
that I just started.
and that opened up a whole nother door of just work, you know, because you're
Yeah, it
coming out
did.
here and doing stuff for other people.
Yes.
What do you say, or what do you have to say for all the people who are, you know, giving up on scootering because they feel like it's like not worth it, or there's too much
Yeah.
work, or it's not, the success doesn't come fast enough for them, or something like
Right.
that. But just as somebody who has so much responsibility and so many things going all at once, how do you do it? How do you manage all of these things?
If you were to ask my girlfriend right
Mhm.
now, she would say I don't.
I would say the same thing too. Just kidding.
Because I take on so many tasks, like you just mentioned, straight out of love and passion, and I corner myself a lot. I corner myself in starting things, and I do finish them, but they pile and it gets heavy. And it's not to say that it's impossible, and it's not to say that it's too stressful, because it's never not. Like things eventually get done, and they always get done, and I'm always improving on. I'm always trying to improve on being better at time management. And I guess just getting things done, dude. When I was younger, I sucked at it so bad, like so bad. Even though I was still doing things,
Yeah.
I really sucked at it. Like I put. Honestly, I put riding above everything else. So like if I was doing something and I got so tired of it and I didn't want to do it, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go ride.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go ride. Nowadays my riding is suffering because I am becoming more responsible.
You're prioritizing.
I'm prioritizing way better. But I still make time for riding.
Yeah.
I'm here right now to film for a video part that I'm investing in for myself. And that's important for riders. You know what I mean? And that's a huge takeaway that everyone should take is don't wait for people to do things for you. You know, like they wait for their sponsors to get their back. They wait for, even if you don't have sponsors, they're waiting to get a sponsor to get their back, or they're waiting for somebody to do something for them. I've met so many riders and have so many friends who just waited for things to happen. And growing up in the atmosphere that I did with a father who's like textbook an entrepreneur and has always done things regardless of what anybody says, that is the cloth that I was cut from. Was
Yes.
Whether somebody has my back or not, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done.
Yes.
And sometimes not in the time frame that I want it to be done, but regardless, we're gonna get it done.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I've always taken the initiative to just create things and do things and
push yourself.
get the motion going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because I do that so much, some of it suffers, but it still exists. So like Northern has had its times when it suffers and it's not prioritized, it's not flourishing, but then it has its moments where it does because it has all my attention. You know? And okay, advice.
Well, what would you tell the people?
Right.
Because like I said, there's a lot of people who just give up.
Don't wait for somebody to do it for you. You got to do it yourself. You know what I mean? Not every time. You'll find somebody who's down to do it with. Actually, I don't know, because it's so hard to find that for myself.
Well, and people come and people go. You might be able to find somebody right now, but there's no promise they'll be there in a year.
Okay. Advice: make list. Get a little notebook. Make a list on your phone. I stay away from my phone because I get easily distracted. But
Maybe physically write it down, you know?
no, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
have a little notebook and I write a list that I got to do for everything that I have going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's get good at time management. Know what you want to do, and then be persistent and dedicated.
Yeah.
Whether you're talented enough or you don't have enough time, make the time. I know it's easier said than done, but you have some time in your day to work on whatever it is, whether it's 30 minutes to an hour to 5 hours, you know? And then I can't stress enough on just people who wait for things to happen.
Yeah.
One of my biggest pet peeves in scootering is you hear a lot of people complain, but not a lot of people are doing things. And you'll see Jared Addleston. I don't know how big his team is, but you always see him like going hard for Olay. Whether you like what he's done or whether you don't like it,
Yeah.
you have to respect and appreciate
No, he's going 110%.
that man goes 110%.
Yeah, that's true.
Same with the team at Dissidents.
Yeah.
They go 110% with whatever they're doing, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not.
Mhm.
Some things I can agree with, some things I can't, whatever. I still respect their work ethic and the fact that they're trying so hard to
push.
contribute
Yeah.
for scootering,
Yes.
as opposed to somebody who just loves to talk about and just complain about how what's like, they just love to pinpoint what's not happening in scootering, why
Yeah.
scootering's down, why we can't get picked up by corporate sponsors or
Mhm.
whoop-de-whoop, but you're not doing anything. You know what I mean? You're just sitting there and waiting for somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
And more times than others, the guys you're hating on are going to be the ones that get it done.
Yeah.
Like Jared and Surreal are probably going to be the guys that get us corporate sponsors,
Yeah.
as opposed to some core rider who thinks it's corny. Like that
Yeah.
Olay is corny,
Yeah.
which
But
is fine.
yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is subjective and everything is how you perceive it. And if that's your opinion, then that's okay.
Mhm.
But you have to realize that those guys are doing more work than you to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we feel pretty similar here. You know what I mean? Where we always try to have something going, and
Yeah.
I think we've started to kind of pull back in terms of where sometimes I feel like we think too hard, right? Where we sit on an idea until we're like 100% sure it's something that we want to do, and then we try to do it. We put 100% in to try to do whatever it is right.
Right.
Where I feel like recently Nick has kind of put us in more into the mentality, kind of shook us into place where it's like, stop talking about doing it and just go do it.
Yeah.
Because if it fails, it fails.
Yeah.
But at least you tried it. You know, like with
Facts.
this podcast, it was a perfect example where the reason this started solely came from Nick going, I'm tired of hearing you guys talk about this. Just try it.
Yeah.
Because we could talk about it all day.
And I'm
how
glad
cool
he
it
said
would
that
be.
to you guys.
No,
'cause
I'm glad he
it's
did
so
too.
important.
It is.
I just recently watched a interview with one of my favorite film directors. His name is Kevin Smith. He's the creator of Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
Well, like if you,
No, he is Silent Bob.
yeah, he is Silent Bob, but he
But
created
did
the
create it,
persona.
yes.
Yeah. And he said in the interview, there are plenty of film directors who strive for greatness and perfection, and some get there. But he said for him specifically, he didn't get to where he's at by striving for perfection and waiting for things to be perfect. He said as long as it was good enough,
Yeah.
then fuck it, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Or releasing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said, I got to this point because it was good enough.
Yeah.
He
No,
goes,
it's a good point. It's a
he
great
said,
point.
He said, dude, I make this shit because I love it.
Mhm.
Not because I want to win some award. Like, I just
Yeah.
love doing this shit.
Mhm.
And if it's good enough and I'm happy with it, let's go.
Well, and usually
know?
when you do something out of pure love, you know, like you're not doing
Yeah.
it for it to win awards. You're not doing
Right.
it. Like if you make a scooter video purely because you're like, I love scootering and I just want to make a video that I think is the best I could do. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or like, I'm just, whatever I can do, I'm going to give it 100%. It ends up being the video that more people end up like relating to or loving
Yeah.
because they can tell that you weren't just trying to do what everybody else is doing. You were doing your own thing out of passion. And
Yeah.
when you do it out of passion and love, the people watching it can usually feel it. Or
Mhm.
if they can relate to what it is that you're doing, if they love scootering as
Yeah.
much as you do, they'll feel it, you know? And I think that's a huge point because you do juggle a lot of stuff. And I don't know, ultimately you can probably agree that having a shit ton of stuff going on feels 10 times better than having nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up and you have nothing, no idea what to do, it sucks. But when you wake up and you're like, shit, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and I gotta drive over there and do
Bro.
that and this, it feels way better than not knowing what to do.
Well, one of the quotes that carried me in my earlier years was Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. He said when him and Chip just got back from, or Kip,
Yeah.
him and Kip just got back from selling Tupperware.
Mhm.
And Napoleon just walks into the dining room table, and they were talking about the Tupperware or whatever, and Napoleon talks shit to them, and then Uncle Rico's just like, you know what, Napoleon? While you're over there playing patty cake with your little friend Pedro, your Uncle Rico make $170. And he told Napoleon, why don't you go do something while you're doing nothing?
Why don't you go do something while you're doing nothing? That is a
And
good
that
one.
carried me. I watched that film so early in my life, and
Yeah.
for some reason that quote just carried me. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you go do something while you're doing nothing?
That's like
You know?
Talladega Nights, dude. If you
Yeah.
ain't first, you're last.
First, you're last. He goes, shit, I was high when I said that. You can be third, fifth.
It don't matter. Sorry, guys. Me and Daniel, we love movies and especially comedy movies. I think we probably reference Superbad every time we see each other in some way.
Superbad is one of the most quotable films.
It's too quotable. If Mia was here, she'd be arguing that.
Dude. That's low key where I'm focusing all my energy now.
Yeah.
Is I feel like the best way for me to put in a lot of just like a lot of resources into all the projects I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to focus on the one thing that really is motivating me at the moment, and I'm slowly getting into producing short films to like grow onto a bigger thing.
Yeah.
So like I honestly didn't want to talk about it, but
you don't have to. If you don't
no,
want
but
to.
I do want to
okay.
now.
Okay.
Off of the hype from this.
Okay, let's.
But on the 26th of this month, June, me and Clayton and his production team, we're gonna film like my first short film that I wrote, and I'm gonna direct.
Wow.
And then a lot of money's being put into it.
Mm-hmm. Out of your pocket?
On the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But for
a scooter rider and
a normal person,
yes,
it's a lot of money to throw at making a video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be sick, and it's and it's investing in yourself, and you got to be.
Well, you have to try it.
In times of doubt, like you gotta pick yourself up and just like be confident again.
Yeah.
Like you gotta build the confidence, because you're not gonna steady be confident. Like it's waves of it.
I don't know.
And in this process, I've been like a little like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. I don't know. Nah, fuck it.
Dude, it's what John Depp said. I don't know when he told me this.
Yeah.
But I think I was at like his house with like Ralph or something, and John Depp dead ass, he goes, "Hey man, don't ever forget, you're the shit." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "You're the shit." And I said, "Oh shit, thanks, John." He said, "Just never forget it, bro. Whenever you're feeling down, whenever you think somebody is got one on you, just remind yourself you're the fucking shit, bro." Shit. Like he's like, just never forget. And I swear to God, I think about that all the time, where I'm like, man, I look like shit today. I'm just like, never mind, bro. I am the shit. Like, I can't.
Man. Yeah, but it's that type of energy that like gets things done.
Yeah.
Like picking yourself back up and like committing to things like this. Because it's not easy for a lot of people, but like for anybody who's watching, if you have the passion, if you have even the idea in your mind, pick yourself up, build that confidence internally, and just project it into the world. Like you need it. You need to like really manifest it, because somebody in this world, even if it's 1 to 30 people, somebody needs what you create. And
or somebody will appreciate what you create too. Like there's always somebody out there that, it might not be every person on the planet, but like there's always people that can connect to it, especially if what you're doing, you actually are enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I can relate to that in a few ways. So you briefly brought it up, so I think it's a good time to talk about it. I don't want to make the whole podcast about him, but I do want to skim through it. You talked about your dad being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've met your dad. Everybody loves your dad. You kind of can't.
He's amazing. He's a great character.
Yeah, he's awesome. So we wanted to talk about what it was like growing up with your dad. Because right now, what we see is somebody who has taken on a lot of responsibility, has started a lot of things, and is willing to kind of chase down any goal in their mind. Which that's how I would describe you. Like, if there's something that you want, you'll either try it or you'll try to accomplish it.
Right.
And I feel like that had to come partially from growing up with your dad.
Yeah, 100%. 110,000%.
Okay, and for those of you guys who don't know, I'm sure people will probably be curious. Okay, if you want to elaborate.
Okay, so for the viewers who don't know, my father is a performing artist and also a record label owner. He goes by the name of MC Magic. He's not famous, but he's popular. Like
I would call your dad famous.
Okay,
at least to like a specific.
When him and I talk about it,
yes,
we just say popular, but he is like popular. You know what I mean? And he's almost a household name in like most Mexican American households. Yes. Like for the Chicanos who are here, like they know him. Yes. You know what I mean? And it shows at his concerts. He pulls people.
Yeah.
And but anyways,
His dad is successful.
Yeah, my
regardless.
dad's a successful, but he is a man who worked very hard to have what he has. It wasn't just given to him, and he got screwed over a lot in the music industry, which happens to a lot of people.
Very common.
But instead of eating it, instead of just allowing it to ruin his career, I've witnessed my father eat it and then bounce back and work hard
learn from it.
and learn from it, and that's who he is. His name is MC Magic. He owns Nasty Boy Records, and till this day, he continues to work hard to keep his label, his name, and his music relevant.
Yes, that's actually a great point, because I feel like, your dad could easily just chill, do nothing. You know
He
what I
can.
mean?
We've talked
He
about
could
it.
easily do
But
it.
at this point, he's done it for so long. I don't say this in a bad way, even though it is used in a bad way. The word has a stigma
yes.
to it, but he's a workaholic for
Yeah.
sure.
No, yeah.
And,
well, especially when it's part of your lifestyle and you've been doing it for so long. It's,
yeah.
It's just part of your day, like at that point.
And I'm so glad he's on vacation right now with my mom, because they're just relaxing for the first time in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my dad, the atmosphere I grew up in was a very, very productive and fast-paced atmosphere at home, and loud atmosphere, actually.
Yeah.
Because he's always had a home studio,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just always loud.
Which as a
And,
kid is pretty cool, though, I imagine, right?
Yes, it was always really cool, especially when he would have guests over, and I was able to sit in the corner and watch them work
From a
know?
young age, that had to have been crazy.
And a lot of so I guess the way I was able to draw from, like, work ethic, drawing from my dad, was a lot of people assume that I have like a nepo baby upbringing, like whatever.
Which I can confirm was not true. And not to interrupt you, but I remember when I first came to your house, I was obviously very impressed with the house you guys live in. And you made it very clear that it was not always like that.
Yeah, it wasn't always like that.
It recently has turned into, or maybe not now.
Not now recent, but at that time,
yes, it was a recent
and
thing.
so, not to say that I had like a struggling childhood, because I honestly never did. My parents were so good at being good parents.
Yeah.
Even if they were struggling financially, they always took care of my brother and I first, and they always made sure that we were taken care of.
Yeah.
So I never had to struggle in that sense, but when times were tough, I did have to contribute to the family.
Of course.
My brother and I both.
Mm-hmm.
So, and more specifically, it was when the recession happened in 2008. And even before that, no. So my father was part of a group that he started called NB Riders.
Okay.
And they broke up. The label and him broke up. Everything broke up, and he had to revamp, right? And so during that revamp era was also the time when like the recession hit afterwards.
And at this point, is your dad the one bringing in like all the money for the house?
He's always been.
Oh, okay. Your mom was...
Not to take away from my mom.
No, of course not.
Because
but you have two kids at home.
Exactly.
So
and even prior to that, she would work with him. Like
they were a team.
Yes. My mom, not even just a team, dude. Like they were the head together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But my mother would work with my father day in and day out, and she would put in so much to make sure that his career for us was successful.
Yes.
But when times got tough during the recession, it put us in a position where we all had to contribute in the family. And so I was still young at the time. But I was traveling with my dad, and at this time, concerts weren't really a thing. Nobody was really booking artists. And so my dad, being productive, just not sitting around making things happen, took it upon himself to create work. And we did that by going to county fairs, state fairs. We went to reservations. We went city to city, whatever, traveling, setting up a booth, and not just selling MC Magic CDs, because we can't just like rely on that. We have to make sure we're making money.
Of course.
He would make bootleg CDs of whatever top 10 hits were on the radio.
And just sell
and
those.
we would have like a Valentine's mix, a weekend mix, a weekday mix, lovers mix, you name it.
It was just a time where that was
Bro,
something that people were actually
We started working at
interested.
like the age of 10 years old.
Yeah, just hustling.
Free
with your
child
dad.
labor, you know.
Yeah.
But like I enjoyed spending time with my dad, going to these places.
Oh yeah,
And sometimes we couldn't even afford hotels. We would sleep in the car
Yeah.
on the lot. And
wherever.
to me as a child, it didn't matter.
No, it didn't.
It didn't. I wasn't
Especially
in
because
it.
you're with your parents. So
Exactly.
You feel safe. Like,
And
you're
I
not
have
worried.
so many core memories from those days.
Yeah.
But that instilled a type of work ethic that doesn't allow me to be content with
Yeah.
whatever situation I'm in. And not only that, even when I didn't have to do that anymore, when things were starting to pick back up, I still watched my father work very hard and just again make things happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like my father is almost 60 and he has been through every social media site that there could be.
Mhm.
Every time there is a new one, instead of arguing, instead of complaining,
He
would
adapts.
adapt.
He adapts to it.
He would 110% adapt. He went from MySpace to Facebook to Instagram to TikTok.
Yeah.
And every time he transitioned, he would learn the ins and outs, what's
Yeah.
trending, what works, what doesn't, and apply that to his method. Till this
Yeah.
day, we have, because I still work with him,
Mhm.
till this day, he has such a young audience,
Mhm.
which is insane for
Yeah.
the year, for like the amount of time he's been doing this
But music's music too.
compared to everyone else.
Yes.
Yes. And especially in Mexican American households, music is generational.
Yes.
They hand it down. Like
Yeah.
you hear your parents play it, they make you listen
Yeah.
to it, you grow and love
It's culture.
You love
It's
it.
culture, bro.
But now those children go onto TikTok,
Yep.
see that he's live
Yeah.
every single day for like 3 hours and he's just performing live and
Yeah.
shouting out people and it's interactive.
Giving love.
And that's something not a lot of artists will do. Not a lot of artists will adapt to and implement in their work day today.
Yeah.
But my father knows how crucial social media is in this time. He
To be
knows that
successful,
content
yeah.
is king, and you have to
Yes.
be present. If you're not present, you're not relevant.
Yeah.
He knows that, and he's the one who taught me that.
Yeah.
And so
So it does sound like you got.
he's just a great example
Yeah.
of one, a father, and two, a businessman,
Yeah.
an entrepreneur.
Well, for you too. I mean, to want to start your own brand and to want to start this and that, like all of those life lessons and those, pieces of game that your parents have been able to kind of kick down to you and stuff. How old are you now? 25, 26? No, you're 27.
I'm
7?
28,
You're
dude.
28 now?
I'm so old.
We're catching up. I'm right behind you, baby.
Crazy.
So now being 28 years old,
Yeah.
reflecting on your earlier years and stuff and looking at the success you have had in scootering, would you say that you contribute a lot of that to the way your parents raised you? Like, do you think if you had
Yeah,
if you had
1,000%.
do you think if you had a completely normal childhood where you're with your parents at school, but you were just kind of like parents do their thing, you do your thing, and you're always out with your friends and
I think I would have went to college
yeah, you think so? You do think your
I
life would have turned out a lot different?
drastically. I think I would
Yeah.
have went to college. I think I would have gotten a job, and I think I'd be significantly less stressed on trying to get things done. But the
But you're
thing
grateful.
is I don't know. I just I see what my dad has done, and I want that for my future family.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shit, man. The reason I want to do this is because I want to be what he is currently for our family, not just like
Yeah.
our what is it called? Like us four,
Mhm.
but like the whole family,
Yeah.
cousins,
Yes.
tios, tias, grandma, grandpa. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, your
He-
dad is the person.
he's
in
a
the family.
reliable man for all of us.
Yes.
And I aspire to be that.
Mhm.
And I don't feel like I will be that if I took a normal route.
Yeah.
I could be,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
your
don't.
dad took a risk, so you have to take a risk too.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah, you have to. You have to gamble,
That's
bro.
the way I perceive it.
Well, there's no promise that there's going to
There's-
be a finish line with, a pot of gold and everything that
Right.
you want. But if you don't try, you're just going to, you're never going to even
Yeah.
cross the starting line if you're just going to give up in the beginning of it.
Well,
then,
bro, the worst part is some days I feel like I didn't. Some days I wish I didn't want.
that,
I didn't
Yeah.
want that because it's way easier to not want it.
yeah.
Like it's so easy. I don't want to say it, but
It's easy to do nothing.
yeah,
It's very easy
it's
to
very
do
easy to
nothing.
do nothing. Like I
Yes.
feel like having a consistent job to clock into and clock out, and then I can go home and do whatever hobby I want, stress free, is a very simple life compared to like trying to accomplish so many tasks that, what is it? So many tasks that are so reliant on funds that you bring in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like
Well,
you are responsible for.
I'm in like a similar position, but at the same time I'm not, where Nick allows us to, you know, like, oh man, crazy position to be in, where you have somebody who's funding it. So thankfully I don't need to worry about funding things myself, which is amazing.
Right.
Amazing. But when it comes to, you know, like clocking in for a day-to-day job, it's really cool to be able to work here where, you know, from the 8 hours that I'm here, we try to do anything that we try to do, we try to push it. You know what I mean? We always are looking out for the betterment of scootering and whatever we can do to get more kids into scootering and hopefully keep them interested in scootering. And I feel like Ruben and I and everybody here, we always try to push it. However, it is kind of nice when the 8 hours is up.
You can clock out.
I get to clock home and play video games, and I don't need to worry about it. Yeah. But I personally think I needed that separation. Yeah. When I first started working here, I would like obsess over whatever it is that we were doing, because when I got hired, this is and still is. It was the coolest job in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you how many times I would take my scooter apart and rebuild it. So to dream about getting paid to assemble kids' scooters and build them, like, it was...
Nah, it's very cool.
It was
extremely cool.
But so now, after all these years, which is coming up on 10, which is crazy.
A whole decade.
It's crazy that we're still, I mean, every day it's like, what are we going to do? What are we doing this week? I mean, me and Ruben have meetings weekly just to plan out what we can do to try to push it. But I'm happy that I don't obsess over it too much outside of work, because it's not really good to obsess over everything. Like, you need time and luckily you have a girlfriend and other things to kind of distract you from work.
Yes, but my girl right now is the best. She is a...
Wait, which one? I think you have like 3.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, Natalie.
Natalie is the best.
Wait, which Natalie?
My gosh.
I'm just kidding.
She really is the best. She allows me to work from like 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And there's been plenty of days when that happens. I'm at my studio working from 6:30, 7:30 a.m. all the way down to like a 10 p.m., 9 p.m. day. Yeah. And I come over and I just vegetable out for like the remaining time that I have, you know? And she helps me out a lot, especially when it comes to growing into a responsible adult who like needs to time manage. And
well, it knows that you need time to like digest everything, and you know, otherwise you're just going to burn yourself out at some point,
which still happens. But she is a very understanding partner who contributes to these projects that I have.
That's cool.
And she understands my visions, my aspirations, whatever, and she is a good pillar to have to do this, because not all girlfriends are, and she's great.
That's awesome, dude. That makes me really happy to hear that, honestly. Just because, you know, you see everybody kind of go through their ups and downs, but when they finally get like that piece of stability in their life that everybody, because everybody wants to have a significant other, but when you get that significant other that is also really supportive and kind of a rock, it makes everything 1,000 times better. Well, we're nearing the end of this podcast. We've almost been talking for 20, or I'm sorry, I can't even talk. We've almost been talking now for 2 hours, which is crazy because it feels like it's been 10 minutes. So I do have one more thing that I kind of want to go over here with you, just to kind of end it on a positive note. Right now with the current... Oh, is everything good? We're good. Okay. So currently with the current... Right now with the current state of scootering, you know, you have Olay, you have Trendkill, and you have Instagram for riders to just dump anything that they film out. And with Olay and Trendkill, we're seeing a lot of people filming their own video parts. Kids are buying cameras, groups are buying cameras, and they're getting out there and, you know, learning how to film and learning how to make edits, because obviously, like you said, not everybody has a filmer, and finding a filmer is
difficult,
especially if you want to make it. Like if you need to make a video and you don't have a good filmer, it's going to be hard.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you, as somebody who went through that, right? You were a kid, just a scooter kid. You got introduced to scootering before you got introduced to filming, I imagine.
No.
Right? No?
No. Well, okay. So right now, I have an ongoing joke with my brother that scootering ruined my life because I don't wholeheartedly mean it, but prior to that, my older brother, he went to film school. He's 10 years older, different mother, but he's not a half brother to me. He's my full brother.
Of course.
He was in college while I was so young, and he would come home, teach me whatever he was learning in college.
No way.
I learned Final Cut from him. I learned
What?
how to work a camera from him.
So then
you name it.
How did that get in? So once you started scootering, you were already.
I knew how to work a camera and do all of that.
But when did you start? Like, when did you buy your first camera? And you were like, I'm gonna get out there and film all my homies scootering. Like, you were like, I'm gonna be the one to do it.
7th grade.
Really?
7th or 6th grade. But I wasn't good.
Yeah.
I wasn't good.
Of course.
I wasn't good until I started riding with the Peachy crew. And Cole was the filmer, and he was filming with the VX.
So he was more tapped in on
way more
filming
tapped in.
etiquette and just
yeah. And I would just like kind of follow his lead. I honestly never asked him for tips. I just like
observed
and followed.
And just took everything in.
Yes. But reeling it back, learning that stuff from my older brother Marco. He was in film school. He was participating in film festivals, and I was there at the premieres, and he was such an inspiration for me. He still is.
Yeah.
I wanted that. I wanted to do that. And I would make short films with my younger brother Tito and Tommy Cush, who was my neighbor 2 doors down, from 3rd grade to 5th or 6th grade.
So you guys were already just messing
We were
around.
making short films.
Yeah.
No dialogue, but
course.
just like.
But you were messing out with the camera and editing some stuff together.
And we would make some sick shit. I wish when I didn't get into high school and I wasn't some teenage mind, I wish I didn't delete everything.
You deleted everything?
Yes, because I need to look cool for chicks and
I think people underestimate that, or I think a lot of people don't remember that you couldn't archive stuff until a couple of years ago. Like archiving was not a thing.
YouTube wasn't a thing until like 2006.
But still, when could you?
And that
I
was
don't even know when
that
you
was
could,
when I was in 3rd grade. It came out the year I started making short films, and we were just uploading them for no likes, no comments, whatever. We were just uploading them. Next film. We were making short films all the way up until 8th grade. And I know that because we were making films with like my exchange student homie who came to live with us from South Korea. His name was JJ, and he was in a lot of them. Like he was like, he was the best actor we had, honestly. And dude, he was the best because he told me in Korea he would smoke cigarettes, so we would film him smoking, and we were like, "Oh my god, this is crazy! Like we're really getting this right now."
Yo.
But we started scootering in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
And then we started making videos, but just us. Yeah. It was just us until we started meeting friends at the skate park. And it totally changed the direction of my filming. It went straight into scootering. And then in that time, it was just straight like T3i videos. And it wasn't about polishing. It was just about let's film and let's upload videos. Again, not for viewership, not for likes. I didn't even know people could comment until like
somebody finally left a comment.
Yeah, and I was like,
what
the hell? Like, what is this?
He said, this is ass.
And then I was just so in love with scootering, and it took over my whole life.
Yes.
And I'm just now getting back into like my love that introduced me into filming, which is like short films and productions and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, okay. So to circle back.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving the context of how you got. I didn't know that you had
my older brother filming. Marco Cardenas.
Shout out to Marco.
Yeah.
Polo.
Junior.
So okay, we're living in this world right now where we're getting a lot of video parts. Like video parts are coming out more often and commonly.
Which is sick.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you remember, I went on like a whole run, like a media run, getting on whatever podcast existed then.
Yes.
They don't exist anymore. Talking about we need more video parts. We need more. What was I saying? I was saying sponsors quit asking your riders to make parts. Go find filmers and hire them to make video parts.
Yeah.
And that's what. And my whole like what is it called? Like protest example for that was the whole like northern. Every rider got a part in whatever city with whatever filmer. That's how we ended up getting like 2 Parrish edits, a Badger edit, a Dan Ray edit. Who else did we film? Richard Hart, me in Chicago video. Like that's how we did all of that, and that's why we did all of that to be the example for sponsors. But I don't know if anybody remembers that, which is fine. Like, that's
Yeah.
not the reason I did it. I did it to try to like push where
Yeah,
we are now.
Of course.
And I'm not the only one who contributed to that, like to the growth of video parts. You know, Trendkill and Olay did a lot more.
Yeah.
I think they definitely contributed a huge amount by making edits,
Building a platform.
building
too.
a platform to make edits a priority to kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then what would be your advice to all of the kids,
Mm-hmm.
the younger generation, you know, that is interested in getting a camera, wants to take on filmmaking and scootering, and wants to take it serious? What is your advice? Because right now, I always hear the chitter chatter of, wow, this edit was so ass, or wow, the writing was so good, but the filming was shit. I don't know what people's expectations are for new people getting into it. Of course, it's not going to be amazing. So I can grasp that and understand it. But as somebody like you who has filmed some of the best writing and has produced some of the videos that, you know, at least I can say that some of my favorite videos have been videos that you have made.
Thank you.
What is your advice to this next generation of filmmakers and scootering?
My advice is, for the audience, keep your critiques to yourself and keep them within your friend group. Don't discourage kids who pick up a camera and want to create projects. For the kids who are creating the projects, do your very best not to listen to the critics. My first videos were complete garbage, and being me, I just never let anybody
Get to
me. That's just the way I am. But I know it's hard for some.
Yeah.
You know, never let the critics bring you down. You know what I mean? Watch videos that you love and try to recreate those with your friend group. And then also, don't fall into the copycat of every other video.
Yeah.
Learn how to make those videos just so you get a good foundation, a good base. But we need evolution. We need originality. We need your ideas. We need your ideas, your creativity, and contribute it to this community that we have. There's a lot of videos that are so good, but they just feel like the other video that you just watched before it. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's your goal, and we need more. We need different genres. We need people with fresh and new ideas evolving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the older writers who aren't doing shit and you just want to talk shit, keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's your opinion and I respect it, but it's also not doing anything.
There is a lot of gatekeeping in scootering too, where the OGs want to gatekeep and not let the next generation shine because they feel like the way they did it was the best way to do it. And what did we talk about earlier in this pod? We have to adapt with the world. We have 100%. To change with the world. If unfortunately, you know, edits aren't the thing anymore like they used to be.
Right.
That doesn't mean there's no value to them. That doesn't mean they're not worth it. But they're just not always going to hit as hard as they did back in the day. When social media wasn't a thing, we would sit and watch YouTube videos like we did. Nowadays, they don't have the attention span to do it. But it's still worth it. It's still like every video that you make has a benefit. It's like when I wanted to learn Photoshop, I was really intimidated by how much there was to do. But I started just trying, and over time it pays off. And filming is the exact same way. So I'm with you. I think they do need to stop discouraging people. If you're going to critique it in private, but you don't need to leave a comment telling the kid that his first video ever was ass.
Right.
Like, what is that going to do?
And for any aspiring filmers in the scooter community, do it because you want to do it. Like, don't do it for anything other than you want to do it. Like, I picked up my first camera and I started filming Tommy, Tito, and our friend Adam.
Yeah.
Just because we loved it, man. And that was such an era where we didn't care about anything else but just filming and putting together a video and being so hyped to watch our videos. And because like I said, I didn't know you had comments on YouTube. I didn't know you had likes. I didn't even know you had subscribers. I just knew that was the platform where I watched all the Mad Gear videos, all the Blunt videos, all the Proto videos. I'm gonna just upload my videos. And I never looked at the comments, likes, subscribers. I never looked at any of that.
Yeah.
I had no idea they existed. I just knew my video was with all the other ones, and I loved that.
Yep.
So pick up a camera, film your friends for fun, have so much fun. If you have original ideas that you haven't seen in any other edits, implement them and contribute them into what we have right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's some things that I don't like, but I'm not going to knock it down because that's somebody else's vision. That's somebody else's idea that will stand out to a whole nother crowd of scooter riders. You know what I mean? Everything is subjective.
Yeah.
And once you understand that and learn that, you'll have a more peaceful life living in this community.
That's awesome. I totally agree with you. I think the less hostile it can be, the better, to be honest.
I used to hate a lot when I rolled with the people who hated a lot. And then I realized the people hating a lot weren't doing anything.
No.
And so it's just about growth, realization, and knowing that there's something for everybody and you got to let it exist because one video will contribute in a way that this video didn't and vice versa.
That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very, very true. Well, I think that's a very positive way to end this. 2 hours in, I think it's time to wrap it. We'll have to do another one if people like it, just because there's so much to talk about. You know what I mean?
There is a lot to talk about.
Well, I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you pulling up and doing this. I know you're down here to film, so I appreciate you squeezing in
Of course,
a couple hours to work with us, because this could be another thing, but it's very hard for Daniel to get filmed himself. So
like I said earlier, you got to invest in yourself. Right now, I made plans with Rudy to meet me here in LA. Rudy came from Barcelona, from all that was happening there, but he lives in Mexico City right now. But we organized a whole thing. He's out here in LA. I came to LA. We're filming. It's a lot of work that goes behind making it happen, but like you have to do it if you want it. You know what I mean? And I'm not waiting for somebody else to do it for me.
Yeah.
Not saying Aztek doesn't do things, because they do, but sometimes you just have to take things upon yourself to get things done.
That's awesome. I think that's a very good piece of advice. Listen to the man.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the Dehubbed podcast, first episode. If you like it, enjoy, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.